Hi, friends. It's great to see you on our channel where we explore the most amazing mysteries of the universe. Imagine for a second, right now you're watching this video, but in some other reality, you could be doing something completely different. For example, you could be an artist, an astronaut, or even live in a world where technology is centuries ahead. Or maybe in another universe you don't exist at all, or you meet another you. Parallel worlds are not just an idea from science fiction books or movies. Modern science is seriously considering their existence. Today we're going to take a journey through the topic, from ancient myths and philosophy to modern theories of quantum physics and cosmology. We'll talk about what a multiverse is, learn how déjà vu can be linked to other realities, and even discuss what's in store for us if we could ever travel to another world. Make yourselves comfortable because we have an exciting journey into the unknown ahead of us. Are you ready? Then let's get started. Let's start with quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics is based on the idea that all elements of the world at the microscopic level behave very differently than objects in the macrocosm. Particles, such as electrons and photons, exhibit wave and particle properties at the same time. For example, the two-slit experiment. If you put a stream of electrons on a screen with two slits, when no one is watching them, the electrons create an interference pattern like waves. But if you install a detector that observes which slit the particle passes through, the interference disappears and the electrons behave like particles. This experiment shows that particles can be in several states at the same time, superposition, until they are observed. The superposition principle and parallel realities. The superposition principle states that until a particle's state is measured, it exists simultaneously in all possible states. For example, an electron can be here and there at the same time. If every possible superposition exists, it could mean that all these states are embodied in separate realities. That is, reality is branching into many parallel worlds. 2. Hugh Everett's many worlds interpretation. The essence of this theory. Hugh Everett III proposed a revolutionary hypothesis. Every time a quantum event occurs, the universe branches out. This means that each possible version of the event exists, but in its own separate reality. Example, when you toss a coin, the universe splits into two. One gets an eagle and the other gets a tails. We continue to exist in only one of them, but the other universe is also real. Imagine you are faced with the choice of going to the movies or staying home. According to the many worlds interpretation, both versions of your choice are realized, but in different realities. In one, you watch a movie, and in the other, you read a book at home. The main problem with this theory is its unverifiability. If each new reality is independent, we cannot interact with other worlds to confirm their existence. Despite this, the theory explains many mysterious phenomena of quantum physics, such as the collapse of the wave function, without having to resort to the concept of an observer. Now let's talk about string theory. According to string theory, everything in our world, from particles to forces of nature, is made up of tiny vibrating strings. These strings vibrate at different frequencies, and their vibrations determine the properties of particles, such as mass and charge. But explaining these vibrations requires more dimensions than the 3 spatial and 1 temporal dimensions we see. Additional dimensions. String theory suggests the existence of 10, 11, or even 26 dimensions. Most of these are coiled into tiny structures known as Calabi-Yau spaces. These dimensions may be so small that we don't notice them, but they can hide entire parallel realities within them. An analogy with a piece of paper. Imagine that our universe is a flat sheet of paper, and the parallel universes are other sheets of paper stacked together. We can only see our sheet, but in reality such sheets may exist side by side, interacting through gravity or other forces. If there are other dimensions where the string vibrations are different, this could give rise to realities with different physical laws. For example, a universe where gravity is much stronger, a world where the speed of light is faster, and chemistry works on different principles. The possibility of interaction. Some scientists hypothesize that interaction between dimensions may manifest itself through anomalies such as weak gravitational perturbations. For example, Dark matter may be associated with material objects from another dimension. Why it matters. These three approaches to understanding parallel worlds, quantum mechanics, the many worlds interpretation, and string theory, not only expand our view of reality, but also give us something to think about. Perhaps our universe is just one part of an infinite number of worlds. Science is on the verge of a discovery that could change our understanding of the universe. Now we're going to talk about ancient mythology and philosophy. Already thousands of years ago, people wondered, is our world unique? One of the first philosophers to ponder this question was Democritus, the creator of the atomistic theory. He believed that the world consists of indivisible particles, atoms which move in the void. In his view, the universe is infinite and there are millions of worlds, both similar to ours and completely alien. For example, he argued that there could be worlds where the sky looks different, where the stars and planets are different. Some of these worlds are born and others die, making them processes that exist at the same time as ours. Now let's talk about Indian cosmology. The ancient Indian Vedas describe concepts of dimensions called Loki. These are peculiar parallel realities, each with its own order and inhabited by different beings. Loka can be both the heavenly realm of the gods and the infernal dimension where demons dwell. Interestingly, these worlds are connected and can interact. For example, myths tell how heroes or saints traveled between these worlds, breaking the boundaries of reality. Locke's concept is remarkably similar to modern ideas about dimensions, which scientists discuss as part of string theory. Scandinavian mythology. Ancient Scandinavians believed in the existence of 9 worlds connected by the world tree Yggdrasil. Each world is unique and fulfills a different role. Asgard, the world of the Aesir gods, the abode of wisdom and power. Midgard, the world of humans, our reality. Niflheim, the icy realm of chaos, the opposite of warmth and life. These worlds overlapped. The gods could visit the world of men, and the heroes fell into Asgard. The idea of multiple worlds connected by common laws bears a remarkable resemblance to modern scientific theories about the multiverse. Now let's talk about the inflationary model of the universe. Inflation is a hypothesized phase of extremely rapid expansion of the universe that occurred in the first fractions of a second after the Big Bang. This idea was proposed by physicist Alan Guth in the 1980s to explain some of the mysteries of the standard cosmological model, such as, why does the universe appear homogeneous, with the same physical properties at different points? Why is the geometry of the universe close to flat? According to the inflationary model, the universe is expanding unevenly. In the process of inflation, bubbles of space could have appeared, each of which stopped expanding earlier or later than the others. Each such bubble became a separate universe with its own laws of physics. Inside our bubble, we see a homogeneous universe, but countless other bubbles may exist outside of it. An example for understanding, imagine a pot of boiling water. Each bubble that forms on the surface is analogous to a separate universe. The bubbles grow, interact, and sometimes even burst. We live inside one of these bubbles. If the laws of physics, such as the value of the gravitational constant or the speed of light, are different in each bubble, then each universe will be unique. In some bubbles, it may be impossible for atoms to exist, in others, even stars. So, there is the hypothesis of eternal inflation. Inflation, according to this hypothesis, never stops completely. Even when space stops expanding in one region and a bubble forms, other regions continue to expand. This process can be visualized as an infinite bubble soup, where new bubbles appear all the time. Inflation occurs due to quantum fluctuations in a false vacuum. A false vacuum is a state of space that has high energy. When the false vacuum transitions to the true vacuum, the energy is released, causing bubbles to form. But this process happens differently in different regions, giving rise to new universes. An infinite cycle of worlds creation. This means that the multiverse has existed forever and will create new worlds indefinitely. We are just one of many life forms that originated in one of these bubbles. An example from math: imagine an infinite ribbon of dots. Each dot on the ribbon is a moment when a new universe is formed. This ribbon never ends. Now let's talk about the anthropic principle. The essence of the anthropic principle is that we observe the universe exactly as it is because it is suitable for life. This doesn't mean that other universes don't exist, but they may be completely unsuitable for intelligent observers to exist. Why does this matter? If the laws of physics change just a little bit, life becomes impossible. For example, if gravity were stronger, stars might shrink and turn into black holes too fast. If the speed of light were different, it would change the interactions of particles, making it impossible for stable atoms to form. Now I'm going to show you an explanation through the multiverse. The multiverse explains why our universe is so perfect. If there are infinitely many worlds with different properties, then at least one of them must be suitable for life. We observe this particular world because there are no observers in other worlds. For example, imagine a lottery with millions of tickets. If one ticket wins, it does not mean that the lottery was rigged. It's just that the probability of the winning ticket was realized. So too, our universe is a winning ticket among an infinite number of possibilities. So why does the multiverse matter? The scientific significance of the multiverse helps explain many of the mysteries of modern cosmology, such as the structure of the universe, its homogeneity, and its suitability for life. Now let's talk about the philosophical significance. It poses important questions for us. Are we unique? Can we interact with other worlds? What does this mean for our understanding of reality? Future hypotheses. Perhaps advances in technology will one day allow us to look outside our bubble. We may be able to find evidence for the existence of other worlds and even understand their properties. Parallel worlds. Fantasy or reality? Modern science shows that the idea of parallel worlds is no longer just a plot for science fiction. The theories of quantum mechanics, Hugh Everett's many worlds interpretation, the multiverse hypothesis, and string theory, all these scientific approaches lead us to the idea that our reality may be part of something much bigger. Today, we realize that there may be parallel worlds, localized at the quantum level, superposition of particles, branches of our reality, multi-world interpretation, bubbles existing in parallel in an infinite multiverse. Despite the many theories, there is no proof yet. The main problem is that we cannot directly interact with other worlds. However, each new experiment, such as with the Large Hadron Collider or gravitational waves, gives us hope that one day we will discover traces of these worlds. Why is this important to us? We are beginning to realize that our world is not unique. Perhaps this diminishes our cosmic ego, but it is also inspiring. If there are other worlds, perhaps there are other versions of ourselves who have made other decisions, living other lives. Now let's speculate. What if parallel worlds are already affecting our lives, but we don't realize it? For example, many people experience déjà vu or strange feelings as if they have already been in a certain place or lived that moment. Could this be the result of a momentary glitch between realities? If there are other versions of us, who might they be? One version might be a rich businessman, another might be an artist, another might be an explorer of other worlds. How does this knowledge change our perception of ourselves? What will we do if we discover parallel worlds? It could be the greatest discovery in human history. We could learn how to travel between worlds, share knowledge or technology. But what dangers might lie ahead of us in such interactions? Parallel worlds give us a new perspective on reality. Maybe all your dreams that you never realized have already become a reality in another universe. Maybe somewhere you've already made a choice that you're only thinking about now? Think about it. If every thought we have, every action we take generates a new reality, how important is every action we take? We don't know how our decisions affect our universe, but we can assume that in another world, they have already created a new story. Our universe is full of mysteries waiting for their time to be solved. Maybe parallel worlds are not something external, but something that lives in us, in our dreams, hopes, fears. They inspire us to seek answers and ask questions, And as long as we keep looking, the universe keeps opening up new horizons for us. If you want to learn more about parallel worlds and the mysteries of our reality, subscribe to the channel, give us a like, and share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? Could we have already once encountered evidence of the existence of other worlds? I'd be happy to discuss this with you.